Hello, welcome back. Starting the continuation of our Ash Canyon start. So we just made it from Timberwolf back to the Angler's Fishing Hut. And that's where we're at right now. And it's getting later in the day, so we're pretty much getting ready to turn in and just try to minimize any condition loss. We do need to kill some time. Looks like we got some boiled water. Okay, just take it. Let's see how we're doing with water. Okay, decent amount of water. So really the objective here is we need to prepare for the journey tomorrow to Miner's Folly. And that means we need as much condition as we can possibly get. We probably want to leave sometime around noon if we can, just because mornings are very cold. And we'll take a lot of cold damage. So I'm just eating some calories just so we have calories. And let's just kind of look around here. Chair? Yeah, we'll break the chair down. Get some reclaimed wood. Let's put some calories. Looks like there's a little bit of a snowstorm outside. That's fine. Good. Get some tinder. We're not going to need tinder for quite some time just because of the cattails. Well, would you look at that? Hold on, let's bust out the storm lantern. I want to show this for anybody that might be watching. Check that out. Under the cardboard box that we just broke down was another match spawn. Incredible. And here's another recycled can that we didn't see before. You know, it's interesting how much additional things you can find. And I think in the last video I even made a comment about breaking down objects because things can be hidden. And it's just funny because I don't think I've ever seen anything hidden in a cardboard box like that before. So, what do you know? All right, let's check the time of day here. That's not quite nighttime. If we sleep now, we're going to wake up too early in the morning, and we're not going to... We're going to wake up too early to go out, so then we're going to be caught in this weird limbo that happens where... And I'm sure any of you that have played the game run into the same situation. It's too early to go out, but you don't want to burn all your stamina for the day. So you're kind of in this weird spot where you're passing time and then sleeping and napping just to get to a time of day where you can travel. So we definitely want to avoid that. Now the storm lantern we found has a lot of light in it, which is amazing because sometimes they have, you know, like maybe a third left. We don't want to use and abuse this too much. I just wanted to kind of find our way into the exit of the cabin. And I'm thinking what we might do is actually just go take a look outside and just try to be productive. Grab some more twigs. Really just anything. Now our clothes will take a little bit of a hit out here, but that's okay. The objective is we just want to be a little more productive before we turn in for the night.
I thought I'd be dying from starvation.
So let's run over here and see if there's any twigs we can nab. Seeing much. Looks like we kind of picked this place clean. You guys have to excuse me. I've had some kind of non-coronavirus cough for a while now. It's fairly minor. Okay, we're gonna have that. It's fairly minor, but it's annoying. Let's just go back inside. We've picked this place clean, and we don't want to take any additional cold damage. Not any damage that we can avoid anyway. Let's take a look. Weight-wise, we're actually we're coming up on I mean, you know, we're tired, so that's adding to our weight threshold there. But the point I'm trying to make is we're a little heavier than I thought we would be. Okay, let's harvest these gloves. We're not going to want these gloves. It's a good source of leather for repairing shoes. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, shoes, socks. We need to repair these jeans when we get a chance.
I could eat anything right now.
Sport vest when we get a chance. Ideally, we'll find some better shoes in our travels. We're going to be hitting 3 cabins tomorrow, and we're going to be heading towards the mine, potentially. Well, we'll probably spend the night and then go to the mine. But between those locations, we should find some more clothes. Okay, it looks like we got a decent amount of tiredness used up. Is there anything we want to craft? Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab some old man's dressing. Oh, crap. Oh, man, I did not notice that we were, I did not notice that we didn't have enough warmth, that we were actually losing condition here, freezing. And that apparently this little lantern was just enough to give us that warmth. Interesting. You know, mistakes like that will cost you. I'm definitely not a pro at this game. But if nothing else, anybody that watches this now knows at least a route that is workable.
Not sure why I feel so tired.
When you spawn here. All right, let's hop in bed. Where's bed? Where's the bed? Where's the bed? I just saw it. You know, just a comment on this before we go to sleep. They definitely changed something with lighting inside. And I think I commented this on one of my other videos. They really want you to have to use torches to see what you're doing inside. And it's kind of annoying. I mean, there is some amount of ambient light that's going to come in. And
anything right about
once
now.
your eyes have adjusted to the dark, it's not going to be pitch black. I mean, if you're in a cave or something like that, you go far enough, fine, it's going to be pitch black, no light, right? But when you're in a cabin and there's some ambient light outside, some of that ambient light is going to go in. Indoors, and you're going to see it. So, not a huge fan of the change. It looks like we ran into that situation I was describing before, where it's a little too early. So we might have to just spend some time breaking some things down. I'm going to try to stay well fed, taking advantage of our cattails. And the reason I'm going to do that is I don't want to lose the condition. In addition to the condition loss we're going to take from being cold. I'd just rather not. We're going to need every ounce of this, what do we got, about 40%, 35% condition, something like that. 40-something percent. We're going to need every ounce of that to make the climb. There's just no doubt about that. And we're going to need every ounce of energy. Bench. Do we want to break that bench down? What's that going to cost us? 188 calories. Yeah, we can break it down. Get a little bit of tiredness. Our weight is good. Let's drink a little bit more water. And let's sleep for another hour just to restore that stamina. This is a mistake that I've often made. You do a little bit of activity, you have most of your stamina bar full, so you head out. You think, yeah, I'll be fine. And then you head out, and you don't have enough stamina to make the journey, unfortunately. All right, let's see how the weather is. Is this a full blizzard? Oh, it's a full blizzard. Okay. Well, we're not leaving yet. So... kind of solve that whole question. Definitely not going to leave in the middle of the blizzard. We'll grab some twigs. If we got to spend another night, we can spend another night. We got matches, we got food. It's certainly not the ideal, but we can do it. twigs. Just go ahead and grab some more cattails.
Can't feel my feet.
A lot of this game is self-control sometimes. You know, and what I mean by that is there's absolutely the urge to say screw it and to just go out in the blizzard. And when you do that, you die, or you take a ton of condition damage, or you just put yourself in a bad situation.
So cold. Just want to lay down.
So we're going to resist that urge. We're going to go ahead and start a fire, cook up some more water. Like I said, we got plenty of matches, so we're doing good there. We don't need to use a book. We'll use a book in an emergency, just for the higher chance to successfully start the fire.
Damn it.
Let's see. We can get this fire started.
Come on.
It's gonna be one of those, huh? Oh, that's all right.
Turned out pretty well.
All right, there we go. Let's go ahead and chuck this torch in. Got lots of reclaimed wood. And it'll heat the room up. So we won't have to worry about freezing anymore. It's not going to make it warm, but at least heat it up a little bit. How are we doing in terms of sticks? Oh, we don't have that many sticks, actually. What we may end up doing is just waiting out the blizzard. It's probably not going to last all day. It can last all day, but it's not likely. So when it subsides, that shelf 2 hours. When it subsides, we may just cook some tea and head on out. Let's see what we can do in the meantime. Anything we can prepare? No. We could read a book. We might actually be able to do a scrap metal repair on the storm lantern. That might be worth it. I don't intend on us doing a forge run until we have a hacksaw. Scrap two scrap metal. Yeah, that's not enough to do a meaningful forge run anyway, so it wouldn't feel too bad. We're probably going to go ahead and want to get this water cooked first.
Never thought I'd be dying from starvation.
Okay, let's cook some more. That'll give us 40 minutes to work with before it's finished boiling. Let's do a repair here. Nice. Alright. Okay, we could actually just go ahead and refuel that too. There a little bit of lantern fuel that we found. Okay, let's get our water. Let's go ahead and cook some more water. Let's add to our fire. There's a lot of reclaimed wood at our destination location. So I'm not too concerned about firewood. Especially now that we have a hammer and we can break things down. And that blizzard's still going strong, and it may be going strong for quite some time, but it's not noon yet. It's rather unlikely this early in the game that it's going to last all day. So, you know, we'll just up our cabin fever risk a little bit in here, but we're going to be doing enough outdoor traveling that it's not going to be too much of a problem for us. Let's see, what else can we do with our time? I mean, we could do... Can we repair hammers? Oh, interesting. I didn't know that you could repair forge hammers. A piece of firewood. Good to know. We could repair the storm lantern again. I don't think we need to, but it's an option. And we could read our butcher book. Butchery, what are you going to call it? Field dressing, I guess. But our water will boil away if we do that. So here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and let the time tick away there. Let's add another piece of wood. So that'll put us over an hour. Let's cook some more water, and then we're immediately going to research for an hour. And the water should be close to boiling away, but I don't think it will be completely boiled away. Alright, blizzard's still going. And this will increase our skill by 10 points. We're done. Oh, interesting. I didn't know we had to research this book for 10 hours. I thought all the books were 5 hours. Interesting. It's going to take us quite a while to get through this. This is a later game time passer. We're not going to realize the value for that for quite some time. But it's at least something somewhat productive, right? There's some benefit to be realized from it, rather than just sitting here talking. Okay, now it's afternoon. Okay, alright, sounds like the blizzard let up. Let's cook a tea. Let's go ahead and add a couple of sticks. Let's get this ready. You know what I just realized? This stinks. We're down on energy. We can't make the trip with this much energy. And I don't know how much luck we're going to have trying to sleep. So I made the critical mistake. I'm glad I realized it just now. We waited out the blizzard, but we did so by being active instead of trying to pass time and nap. So unfortunately, now we don't really have the energy to make the trip. And, you know, I'll tell you, anybody that happens to watch this video, I've tried to make the trip on an energy level about what I've got right now. And it ended in two things. One, it ended in staggering with about 5% condition towards the cabin with warmth meter empty, obviously, but also the fatigue meter empty, and that's really dangerous. Those two together will kill you very, very quickly, and we can't make the two climbs that we need to make. There's a chance, I don't know, I was gonna say there's a chance we could rest a little bit longer. We wasted the tea because I heated it up and drank it before I realized that we were not going to have enough time. So that's unfortunate. But there's a chance that we could go to sleep right now, recover enough stamina, that we could make the run tonight. I don't think it's worth it. I think we'd be better off just collecting twigs. There's a little cave that we can go check out past the wolves to be somewhat productive. We'll just go ahead and burn some spread. We've already made the decision. We're not gonna attempt the climb today. there's a cave, which usually has nothing. It's back towards the bitter marsh. Lots of twigs from the blizzard, so that's nice. It's back this way. So it's gonna be past the wolves on the left up here. Now, another thing we could try to do is if there's a deer out here, which sometimes there is, although I don't think in this game they've spawned out here. But if there's a deer out here, you can... Oh, there's a deer. You can drive it towards the wolves, set up a fire, and attempt to harvest some guts and things like that to cure. And I think actually what we might do is get some rabbits killed and then just set them up to cure indoors while we make our trips. I think we should be able to get some cured hides and some cured guts out of it, depending on how much time we spent here. And if we could do that, that'll give us something to come back to when we decide that we're going to head towards Timberwolf to leave. Alright, this is my least favorite part of the game. I'm killing the bunnies. I don't know why I feel so bad about it. I mean, in real life, you know, you got to do what you got to do, right? But even though it's a game and it's not real, I hate doing it.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
The deer don't bother me much. But that cute little squeak that the bunnies make, it just gets me. Alright, now where'd that other bunny go? Let's be careful. We got some wolves on us. Okay, now this wolf, I've seen this before. I think this is outside of their range. The behavior is really strange. The reason they're doing this is because of the fact that we've got a bunny on us and the scent mechanic. So they're just beelining towards us. And what's interesting is it looks like we're kind of out of their range.
Die if I don't warm
So you
up.
see this really bizarre pathing. So let's just run back to the house. We'll just run back to the house here. Step inside. Are there any embers? No, no embers. Okay, but it's still fairly warm in here. So that's interesting. Okay, time to harvest our bunny. Uh-oh, 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 oh man.
Damn. Freezing.
We just took a bunch of damage there that we did not need to take. I'm such a noob at this game sometimes. Just took a bunch of condition damage there that we didn't need to take. That's unfortunate. Let's drop the meat outside so it doesn't spoil. Really should have done those things one at a time. I was getting sloppy. Let's drink some water. Eat some food. Do we have enough to sleep 10 hours? We're not going to be able to sleep 10 hours, but you know what? We'll sleep as long as it'll let us. What happened? What happened? Why didn't we gain condition back? Did it get that cold in here?
I could eat a horse.
Did you hear the music? It played the death music, but we didn't die. But we gained like no condition. Did it get cold enough in here that even in the bed that we almost died? Man, that is not good. That's not good at all. We have no choice but to pass time.
Never been so hungry in my life.
I mean, there's plenty of warmth in the bed. The bed's giving us 9 degrees. And I haven't seen it go lower than 31, feels like. We should be good. I don't know what that was about. But we're gonna end up burning a lot of our calories, unfortunately. Huh. Yeah, there's another lizard outside. That's always nice. You know, I don't know if we can make the climb. With our condition this low, I don't know if it's an option. Because we're going to take 20% condition loss just making the trip. Yeah, I don't think it's an option. I think we're going to have to hunt the other bunny. We may try to run one of the deer towards the wolf and then set up a campfire to keep the wolf away and see if we can do some harvesting outdoors for some more meat, some more guts, things like that. We won't have time to do the hides. The hides take too long. But I think we're going to have to employ strategy like that and basically live here for another day or so until we've recovered some more of our condition. I don't think it's an option for us to oh gosh, I hate this. Yeah, let's just use the flicker. Okay.
I could eat anything.
Well, how unfortunate. Multiple fuck-ups on our part. And some real bizarre things happening. And unfortunately for us, it's just too dark for us to even see anything. Well, that stinks. Yeah, now I've actually had one of these games. Let me rephrase that. I've had a start on this map where the weather looked like this. And I mean, the only reason I survived is because I knew how to get to the angler's fishing hut from Broad Falls. But it's interesting what this game will throw at you sometimes. Well, gosh, you know, I really want to be productive, but there's just not much we can do. We're just stuck. We can't make the trip that we want to make. Our condition's just going to be too low. It's just not an option. It really isn't. So what we might have to do is just pass a lot of time inside here. Where's the bed? I hate having to use this little trick here. Alright, we're gonna have to eat some more calories. I guess we'll drink a soda. It's probably a little wasteful on our thirst there. So we'll drink a soda. And can we break this down at night? I wonder if we can do that. Well, you know what? The cold will kill us. We don't want to do that. We learned our lesson. Yeah, I mean, we'll get a little bit of condition recovered as we nap, but my understanding is you need to sleep for an extended amount of time to get your largest gains. I think it's 10 hours is kind of the magic break point. So, really, what we're doing here is just passing time. It's really unfortunate. I don't know what happened
I'd eat anything right about now.
last night with our warmth in the bed. That was I've never seen that happen before. With a 9-degree warmth bonus plus the cabin generally being above freezing anyway, I've never seen that happen. I don't know if that's a bug or a game mechanic, like some kind of snap freeze that happened, or what the deal was there. I mean, we had the calories, we had the water. You know what? If we didn't, we just would have died, right? So I really don't know what happened. Very strange. Gosh, you know what? And this would be the day to go too. Well, we can try to live here for another day to get the condition, but we run the chance of bad weather tomorrow. Or we can just try to go for it and use fires to try to keep us warm along the way.
I need to find food.
I don't think that's a good strategy because a weather change will make the fire prospect a no-go. Whereas if we try to live here for another day, we can be productive. Like, here's another bunny. See if we can nail this bunny. Actually, you know what? The more I'm thinking about this, the more I'm wondering if we just maybe we just try to drive the deer towards the wolf. And then fight over the kill. It'd give us enough meat. It'd give us more than enough meat to survive, you know, the next day or two, whatever it takes. It'd give us some time to cure some meats too. Alright, well,
Can't feel my hands.
first things first, let's go take a look up here. There's sometimes loot up here. So it's worth taking a look.
Too cold to think.
That's not good. Get some more cold bandage here. I want to do this from now on. Try and recover as much as we can. Now, I've never found anything good back here. It's not to say you can't, because I really haven't checked back here that often, since I never found anything good. So, is there even anything in the cave? Firewood and a first aid kit. Ah, a piece of coal. You know what? Let's just go ahead and practice our fire starting skills. Let's make a fire to warm up. We'll go ahead. We don't need to use the book right now. We're not in that dire of a situation. But we can just warm up a little bit in the cave. Stay out here. Spend some time not feeding cabin fever. You know, Cabin
That should
Fever
help
isn't
warm
much of
things
a
up.
risk early game, but there's just no reason to push it. There's no reason to try to tempt fate. Looks like there's some coal in here. If we had a bedroll, this would be a great spot for us. That's alright, so the cave will start warming up, thanks to our fire. Pick up some more coal. Yeah, we're not taking cold damage. That's always a plus. We are going to start running low on our cattails, though. We got a good store. We're going to have to start rationing, I think. Because we're not going to have enough cattails to last us another couple days. That's just not an option. So we're either going to have to play some reindeer games, or we're going to have to get moving. Okay, looks like we warmed up a little bit. How are we doing on water? Okay on water. Could always use a little more. That's a weak torch. Let's try again. That's a weak torch.
All I can think about is food.
That's a little bit of a better torch. Alright. I think I would like to attempt to get the wolves to kill one of the deer. I believe if they kill one of the deer, and I approach using the torch, and I start a fire, I believe I can chase them off from the kill. Now, if it fails, but then I'm dead. But we should be able to do it. The only thing that makes me a little wary is the fact that it's two wolves. If it was just one wolf, you know, in some of the other older regions in the game, they're not so closely linked. In this region, a lot of the, well, actually all the wolf spawns that I'm aware of in this region, they're all packed together. They very deliberately place them guarding various choke points, and they tend to be together. So that makes me feel a little, yeah, I'm starting to have doubts. I was thinking, oh yeah, let's go do it. It'll give us enough food. I'm just not so sure. First of all, it's going to take us a lot of time to try to corral the deer in that direction. It might just be more sensible for us to try to get a bunny here. Good shot. Oh no, sorry, little bunny. Oh shit, I just hit the wrong button. I hit the wrong button. Let it go. Maybe that's my subconscious.
We need to find some place to escape this cold.
Yeah, we do need to get out of this cold. We need to get this bunny dealt with. Yeah, that was a good shot that I had before, too. Okay, alright. Get out of your flee mode, Mr. Bunny. I don't want to take a tremendous amount of cold damage trying to get you here. Okay. Forgive me.
Goddamn freezing.
Now the wolves are going to be beelining towards me from the new scent mechanic. I say new. The set mechanic's been in the game for a long time. I don't ever remember it being quite so ridiculously aggressive. Um, the way that the game is right now, at least on Interloper, it's just like a beacon. I mean, it's not that it's more risky, you know what I mean? It's that if you get anywhere near them, they just start coming at you. And, you know, the wind and things like that, it doesn't seem to matter. All right, let's go ahead and start up another fire just for the warmth while we harvest the bunny. I don't think we want to risk a scenario like what happened yesterday. And I forget how many calories each bunny has, but it's probably about
Come on.
600 calories, maybe, if we're lucky,
That
of
didn't
bunny
work.
meat for each bunny. So it's definitely not a long-term survival strategy. It should tide us over so that we can make our journey, though. But there's a couple of things we need
Where
to
can
do.
I
We
find
need to
something
get
to eat?
tired enough that we can sleep for 10 hours.
Why didn't that work?
That's kind of what we're really trying for here. And it's ridiculous, but sometimes you just need to run on sprint and just run around doing nothing just to burn your stamina
Come on.
so that you can sleep
Come
for the full
on.
10 hours to get the extra recovery. All right, let's go ahead and add this crappy torch. Okay, let's add some sticks. Add some reclaimed wood. Should heat this place up pretty nice. Go ahead and cook some more water. And let's harvest this little bunny. Okay, so that 42 minutes should cover the amount of time for that water to boil, but not be fully boiled away. And let's go put the rabbit meat outside for it to freeze so that it'll preserve as long as possible anyway. Okay, 17 minutes until boiled. Alright. Let's harvest our gut here. Let's drop the gut so it can cure. Let's take our boiled water. Okay. We're actually taking a little bit of condition damage too, because we're starving, but it's not much, and we're kind of running out of the amount of food that we would need in order to just keep that up during the day. You know, back when we had like 30 cattails, wasn't a problem. But due to our misplays, it's become a problem. All right, let's add some more reclaimed wood for firewood. Oh, we could repair the forge hammer if we needed to. That's interesting. Go ahead and toss the coal in, and let's break this shelf down. And look at that condition damage we took from starving. It's rough. We're pretty low. We're really low, actually. We're low enough that we might need to. Oh wait, hold on. Let's get the fire back on. We may need to go ahead and just eat our rabbit meat. let's... Ah, it's unfortunate. Let's eat a couple of our cattails. There will be some more that we'll find on the way, on the journey. So we're not going to be completely up a creek. Just keep cooking this bunny meat. We're not going to be completely up a creek. Okay, let's go ahead and cook the other bigger piece of bunny meat.
I could eat a horse.
But we're definitely not in the place we wanted to be. And so, I know this is ridiculous, but it's getting towards the evening. So we're getting to the point where we basically need to just sprint around like an idiot to drain our stamina down. So, that's what we're going to do. And it's not draining it as fast as a climb. It would be nice if there's just like a little rope we could practice climbing on, just to drain our stamina, just to get the game a little bit further. Okay. Is there any cattails that we missed nearby, maybe, that we could just round up while that bunny meat's cooking? Probably not. I think we hit this stuff pretty good. Yeah, we'll take a look. We do have to be careful. We got some small decoy-sized pieces of bunny meat. And I mean, for example, we cannot have any bunny meat on us and go through that choke point at Broad Falls. It's just not possible. You won't be able to sneak past the wolves. And they're probably going to beeline towards us. Just getting this close to grab this cattail here. It's pretty insane the degree at which they come at you now. In fact, I don't even want to get near these snowbanks because there could be some just over the hill there that we won't hear coming. And if they spot us too close, they could just go into full charge mode and we'll run away. Go back inside. 15 minutes until ready. Okay. Go ahead and add some more wood.
I could eat anything right now.
Minutes until ready. Okay. Let's go back outside and let's try turning the other way. We need to burn some more stamina, and there might be some cattails that we didn't hit. Maybe? Around the corner here somewhere? Doesn't look like it. The music just changed abruptly there. Made me feel a little uncomfortable. Okay, you see that wolf? It's already locked on basically because of the smell. Both of them are. They're not locked on to us, but they're locked on to the direction in terms of their pathing towards us, and there's nothing that's going to dissuade them. Yep, there he is. And he's already running. Now he's going to hit that same spot. But does it come any further? It's very strange. I'm not going to test that any further. I'm not going to go and like get up in its face or anything stupid like that. But just to give you an example, that's with a bunch of meat on me. So, I mean, yeah, granted, I'm smelly, but, you know, there's no wind. I don't know if the downwind upwind mechanic really matters anymore, because I don't remember it being this way before with the smell mechanic. I remember it being riskier where they would be drawn to you more easily, but I don't remember them just beelining towards you from that far away. And it may be that I just didn't test it enough. Okay. I don't like that torch. I don't know if it's just RNG on torches or what. 6%, 36%. Okay. So some of these are curing quite a bit. So by the time we're back, we should have at least a couple of these be completely cured. So I'm going to go ahead and just eat some food. We're going to pass some time. There's really not much else for us to break down anymore. Gosh, I don't know if we want to break down the freaking table. Some wood. Oh, we could break this crate down, I guess. Burn some calories that way. I'm just looking for ways that we can burn our tiredness productively without just sitting in the bed. Because that's just so wasteful. This will take us 2 hours and 562 calories. Definitely not worth it. Yeah, definitely not worth it. Okay. We've probably broken down about as much stuff as we wanted to break down. So let's just pass some time. See how many calories of rabbit did we get? Was I right? Yeah, I was right. Each rabbit is worth
so
less
hungry in
than
my life.
600 for sure. Oh man, this sucks, doesn't it? Because I think that's too much stamina. In fact, I think
I could eat anything.
I hate having to game the game this much, but I think here's what we need to do. We need to go outside, run around a little bit more like a moron, so that we can burn enough stamina that we can rest for like a nice full night's rest with this.
I need to lay down.
My understanding is that 10 hours is like a magic breakpoint. Did I go too far? No, it's just over there, isn't it? There it is, okay. I got worried for a second that I just kind of ran around and got lost. All the way forward, and then just saw it. There's the bed. Okay, first, let's eat. 450 calories, not bad. I mean, we might as well eat it all, because I'm pretty sure that even cooked rabbit has smell. I'm pretty sure. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. So I feel like we might as well just eat it all. All right, let's go for our 10 hours. Feels like 31. We should be good. This time we should get a decent amount of recovery. Okay, that's what we needed. That's what we needed right there. You see that? We're almost half health. That's what we needed.
I'd eat anything right
We
about
don't
now.
actually have full tiredness, so I'm going to go ahead and sleep for another hour. And it's a blizzard. Right when we're ready to go. And that's what this game does to you. That's what this game does. And if we fuck around and try to wait out the blizzard, same thing's going to happen. Going to be too low on stamina, so we can't make the journey. So I think what we're going to have to do is just hang out inside and wait it out through a combination of... It's still morning, so we'll just do a combination of... We'll do a combination of waiting to pass the time, and then we'll sleep. Go ahead and sleep. Okay, so 3-hour blizzard. We're taking hunger damage at this point, which we didn't want to do, but we just don't have a choice right now. Blizzard's still going, so we gotta pass the time. Okay. Blizzard still going, so we've got to pass some more time. And it's still going, so we're going to have to pass some more time. Very unfortunate. Let's just eat some more cattails so we don't just continue to take damage for no reason. Oh, this is annoying. This is very annoying. Okay. Sleep again. And it's still going. Of course, right? Ready to leave. So, naturally,
Gonna need to eat some.
game says, nah. Nah, have a full day blizzard. Yep, still going. Still going strong. Just step outside and grab some twigs. We don't want to be out here too long, because we don't want to take much cold damage. There are more cattails up towards the waterfall, and I don't know if wolves are out during the blizzard or not. I've heard mixed reports that critters don't despawn during the blizzard, but that if you zone in and zone out or something like that, that they won't be there. So we're going to test that, because we're out in a blizzard right now grabbing some cattails. Nope, there's definitely a wolf nearby.
My fingers feel numb.
It looks like the storm abated. But we need to book it back and warm up. Get some tea and stuff. So we're going to sprint back home so we don't just start eating a bunch of condition loss. I mean, it's a good time to travel now.
Warming up again.
We're not going to do it right this second. It's just not a good time. Not starting off with the condition damage like that. Go back inside. We're going to start up a fire. Again. would just debunk the wildlife in a blizzard theory. Unless they showed up because the blizzard was subsiding, so then the wolves spawn. I don't think so. I think wildlife just are out during a blizzard period. That's my theory, and that's what I'm sticking to until I see proof otherwise.
That's done.
Okay, fire started. Let's get this fire going for about an hour should be good. Maybe a little bit longer because we want to sleep. So what I wanted to do is go ahead and eat some more calories. Wait, how's our thirst? Thirst is fine. All right, we don't want to waste the soda. Let's cook some water. And we're going to sleep for an hour to get our stamina back. And get some of our warmth back. Okay. Let's cook our rosehip tea. Drink it for some warmth. Okay. And we're taking the plunge. We're doing it. Hell or high water, we're doing it. We got full stamina. We can't wait another day. We're going. Now the trick with this journey is we cannot sprint haphazardly. There is a wolf spawn coming up. Right up there by Broad Falls. 3 to 4 of them. And they can be tricky to get by. Generally what I do is I come prepared with stones. The wolves don't really come up this far usually. You know, of course I say that, and there's one right there between those trees. There's 2 of them actually. But they don't come as far back as here in this little first valley. They hug the wall here. Oh, reishi mushrooms. Let's sneak up. Grab that while the wolves do their pathing. Just in case we need to do some tea to warm up. Okay. Sometimes they do come this far, so we need to be careful. Now the stones are for distraction. This is the worst part because you really just have to sneak the whole way. Now that'll usually distract them a good bit. I don't know what the radius is on getting their attention. But this is kind of the... This is where it gets tricky, though. Because we need to go just a little bit further.
All I can think about is food.
They're just over the hill here. He's looking right at me. Okay, alright, let's go. Are we spotted? Looks like no. Okay. Wow, that was close. Man, that is never easy. And you know, I only had 4 stones. And given the fact that you end up throwing downhill, and it's harder to target where you want the stone to land, it makes it really tricky. But we're doing good on stamina. That's what's important. And then from this point on, there's no wolves. All the way up to Miner's Folly, no wolves. We will be
Can't feel my
totally
feet.
good. We have enough stamina that we may want to make a stop to warm up in one of the caves coming up. We're not going to worry about that now. We're going to resist the temptation to sprint. Now, we don't want to gather too much, but there is a bunch of birchwood coming up. And we want to get as much birchwood bark as we can while we're taking this route. This is probably one of the most birchwood bark rich areas in the game. Now, we're going to hear a bunch of wolf howls, but they're not actually here in this area of the map. They are actually further off.
So
They are down in a canyon.
Just want to lay down for a bit.
There's a really long rope climb that you can take to get up to where we're at right here. It's not a good shortcut because there's 4 wolves that guard the rope. And you don't gain much over going the route that we just took. Birch bark. Good stuff. Now, I don't know when birch bark became something that you could use to make tea. I'm not sure when that change happened. I remember it being in the game, but I thought that it was only used for tinder to start fires. So I didn't really go out of my way to collect it. But at this point in the game, it's used to make a really good tea that helps restore some condition. So we're going to grab a bunch of the stuff. And what we will do is we'll take advantage of one of the caves coming up here. It's going to be a little bit, but we'll take advantage of the cave. We'll start another fire. We'll warm up. We'll drink another tea. We'll eat some calories to stop our condition loss. And then we'll finish our journey. And then coming up, there's a decision to be made. And the decision is, do you push to get to Miner's Folly and the Foreman's Refuge? Or do you take the 3rd rope climb down to Homesteader's Respite? Now, if you're spawning in the other spawn,
Can you eat trees?
which is closer to the... it's a spawn that is closer to these ropes that we're going to be heading towards. Let's see. No, okay. Sometimes I get a little lost. But no, what we do is we keep going this way. If we go down, then we go a little bit further, curve to our left, and then ultimately there's a land bridge that we're going to take, or a log bridge rather. See, if you look, we had almost half condition, and we're probably sitting at about 35, 36%, something like that, maybe less, maybe closer to 33. So it just kind of reinforces why no matter how antsy you get, you just can't make this journey. It's too long of a journey with too few stops. Let's go ahead and just grab a couple more stones. I used to not like stones. I never used them. And, when they first were introduced, I thought it was a little cheesy that you could use stones to kill rabbits. Because then it's like, well, why would I bother using snares? And of course, I didn't have that much experience at that point in the game. And I don't know how snares work versus, active hunting with stones. But using stones to distract wolves, I think that's a great mechanic. I think wolves should be dangerous, but they were a little too dangerous before. I remember earlier versions of the game where, just even being spotted by a wolf was practically a death sentence. And I wasn't really a fan of that. Alright, so we're climbing uphill a little bit here. Our first stop is not too much further. We're doing great on stamina right now. But we do need to stop somewhere that we can warm up and get some condition. Because it's cold. And we're losing too much condition. We want to be able to go ahead and just fill that up. We're going to skip some of these gatherables here. It's just not worth it. Alright, that's unfortunate. Sometimes there's some supplies right there with that fire. Not this time, I guess. More birch bark? Oh, that's awesome. Birch bark tea is kind of like a nerfed miniature version of herbal tea. I'm just going to keep going. Okay, now here's the log bridge. So I'd say at this point we're about halfway there. And if you actually look at the map and you understand the route that we're taking, we're going pretty much around the entire map in this giant circle. Of course, we're at a higher elevation. But coming up here to our left is going to be our cave for our stop. And then there's going to be the rope climbs. There's going to be 2, just right back to back. And then after that, we make the decision to try to climb down to Homesteads or Spite. Usually I make that decision based on my stamina. If you have enough stamina to do the downward climb, I think it's better off to go that route. If you don't have the stamina to make it, I think you go for one less climb. But when I say climb, it's a downhill climb, which is different. You can run out of stamina on things on a downhill climb and you'll be okay. Okay, let's get over here.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
Let's start this up with... We're just going to use a book and a match. I don't even want to take the time to use a torch as an in-between.
Come on, little fire.
Wow, that's unfortunate for us. Good thing we stopped here, though. Okay, add the coal. Let's go ahead and add the firewood. Add some sticks. Now, I have found good clothes before in that backpack, but this game, nothing. And that's okay. Alright, so we're warming up. So let's go ahead and prepare our birch bark. Took us a little bit there. Okay, let's cook it. Let's go ahead and eat some chips, give some calories so we're not taking damage from a lack of calories. Eat a couple more cattail stalks. Let that cook. We'll go ahead and harvest these rose hips while we're waiting for them to cook. In fact, we'll step out here and grab some of the firewood. Grab some more. We're still good on stamina. We're still good on stamina. We got 3/4 of our stamina. Now let's go ahead and start taking some torches. We made the fire a little too long, but we did that so that it would warm us up. Okay. All right, we warmed up a bit. We got some calories in us. All right, let's continue. We got to get out here, get going, because I think we're at less than 20% condition right now. And we got 2 climbs and a bit more of a trek to go. So we're not there yet by any means. Now the good news is there's no more wolves, so we don't have to deal with any wolves. We just have to deal with our dangerously low condition. but we warmed up. The birch bark tea gives you a slight heal over time effect. So that's going to help offset things. We're staying pretty warm right now, despite the cold. So that's really good. We gave ourselves some calories with the chips that we just ate. So we're just going to keep on plugging along here. The rope is going to be just up ahead. You can see it. And it's going to be the first climb. Yeah, we got 3/4 stamina. That's fantastic. The problems come when you get to this rope and you've only got about 2/3. That's when things start to get a little rough. Because you're not reliably going to be able to make it. And you only got about 2/3. You end up running out right as you crest the second climb here. And that's when your cold damage, your fatigue damage, everything just kind of adds up. And the other thing you have to be careful of is you don't want to test the rope to see what your grip strength is. Because I've done that before, and what'll happen is you'll lose. Let's get around. Let's not get right in the here. What happens is just the act of holding the rope will drain your stamina at the triple climbing rate. You know, even though you haven't started actually climbing yet, the game behaves as if you have. And you'll burn through a bunch of stamina. And if you're fumbling around trying to disengage from the rope because you're just trying to check what your grip strength was, it can put you in a bad spot. All right, here we go. Now this is going to drain most of our stamina, but it shouldn't drain all of it. The other unfortunate thing is when you get to that bottom third or so, you start slowing down. So even though you have enough, you're not even in the red yet, it starts slowing you down. It takes even longer. Okay. All right, well, you know what? It looks like we're good, and it looks like we have enough stamina left to do the downward climb. So I think we're going to head for Homestead. It's a little bit closer. And it has great resources, and there's even a rope that you can deploy as a shortcut to get back to the Bitter Marsh area, and then you don't have to make this ridiculous journey anymore. So we've got to do this bridge right here, and then the decision is, do we go right or left? If we go left, there's no more climbs, upward or downward. And that takes you to the Miner's Folly area. If we go right, there is a downward climb, and it's a pretty long climb. And it takes you to Homestead Respite. And since we have enough stamina, we'll just go ahead and do it. If you're low on stamina, what'll happen is even though it's a downward climb, you'll end up so exhausted doing the downward climb
Cold is making my head feel thick.
that you'll run out of stamina and you won't be able to make it. But I think we're going to be okay. We've got probably roughly about 20% condition right now. We'll probably waddle into Homestead with about 10%, would be my guess. None of these are easy routes, but just as an example, these are the types of routes that I used to make when spawning at Broad Falls. And as you can see, you just can't make it here. Back when there wasn't guaranteed matches at the Angler's Hut, which I believe there now is. I think I've tested it enough to confirm after the patch that it's guaranteed now. But it didn't used to be. think it's not going to let us climb while we're overweight. So we're going to have to drop some things here. Let's just drop the forge hammer. Just leave it right there. We'll pick it up. Okay, here we go. As I said before, you know, it's a downward climb, so it's easier, and you will not slip, in my experience, even when you run into the red on your tiredness and your grip strength, which is going to happen to us here. And, you know, we'll slow down, and it'll tank our fatigue, but it won't cause us to fall. Whereas, you know, if you've ever played this game before, you try to make a climb somewhere when you're tired, you try to climb up, you just get to the point where you're not even progressing, and you just start slipping and
Something's
falling.
making me feel
taking
really
sprains and
tired.
injuries and stuff like that. All right, so just a little bit further. Just over this little hill here. We're getting pretty low on condition. It's going to hit 10% pretty soon.
I could eat anything.
I wonder if the game will actually tell us. I don't see it. That's fine. We made it. That's the important thing. And here we go. There's often combat pants here. Let's see, dog food, tomato soup, wool scarf, tomato soup, wood matches, tin of sardines, a granola bar. I mean, it's a great location. There's probably more loot here than any other one spot or house in this map. So I'm going to go ahead and leave cabin and then re-enter to save the game, and we'll end the episode here. And so if nothing else, the last 2 episodes have shown how to not just survive spawning Broad Hills or Broad Falls, but to actually make the trek up here. So catch you next time.